Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your noon news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of Onslow County where a man is now facing kidnapping and domestic and child abuse charges. And you're seeing on your screen is 35-year-old Michael Lawrence, and according to warrants obtained by WITN, Michael Lawrence punched and slapped his wife and held a knife against her neck. Now, warrants also say he removed her from one place to another without her consent, quote, for the purpose of terrorizing her, end quote. Threatening to kill her with reason to believe that the threat would have been carried out. Now, he also physically injured his stepchild, who was under the age of 16, causing bruising, according to warrants. Now, Lawrence is being charged with second-degree kidnapping, misdemeanor crime of domestic violence, misdemeanor crime of child abuse, communicating threats, assault on a female, and assault with a deadly weapon. Lawrence is held without bond in the Onslow County Detention Center. His court appearance is scheduled for Friday, January 2nd, today. Now, we also want to highlight the wildfire that is going on in Carteret County. Good news is it is now 90% contained. The bad news is it's not fully contained. Now, the North Carolina Forestry Service says the Lukens Island fire has been burning near the Carteret County game land since yesterday. The wildfire, burning on private property east of Horton Bay, was 370 acres and 90% contained as of 8:30 a.m. this morning. Now, the State Forest Service says the fire's cause is currently undetermined, but under investigation. Philip Jackson says, with the State Forest Service, says difficult terrain has created access challenges and limitations for what equipment firefighters have been able to use safely. Today, Jackson says the NC Forest Service is on the ground and in the air working to find remaining hot spots that need to be put out. He says this weekend's expected rain should help in containment efforts. No injuries have been reported, but 3 buildings and a home were threatened by the fire early on. Thursday, the State Forest Service did a 320-acre strategic fire operation using resources in the air and on the ground, according to Jackson. Now, the goal was to eliminate fire spread and gain containment progress. Yesterday evening, the State Forest Service said the fire was 430 acres and 60% contained. According to the spokesperson, the incident commander says the change in acreage is due to a more accurate mapping, as the 430 acres were an initial estimate. And speaking of rain on the way, we are starting to see clouds on the way. It's got a step 1 in the rainfall process. You can see some thicker clouds further back across, Georgia, Alabama, and Tennessee. They are going to be getting the rain coming up later on today. We are going to be seeing the rain showing up tomorrow. We do have a chance of perhaps maybe a few light scattered showers out there later on tonight. But I think most of the drops that we are going to be tracking here over the next really 48 hours are really going to be falling Saturday, late morning, more so Saturday afternoon to Saturday evening. That's kind of the wet time period from around 12 p.m. to, I would give it around 9 to 10 p.m. at night on Saturday. It's going to, again, almost be a full 12-hour period. It's certainly around 9 to 10 hours where we are going to be looking at soggy conditions outside. Right now, we've got air temps in the mid-50s in Greenville, west-southwesterly wind at 9 miles an hour. The rest of eastern North Carolina, anywhere between the low 50s to the upper 50s. Stumpy Point is the lone spot on the map right now, showing up with a 61-degree reading. The rest of eastern North Carolina is between around 50 to 59 degrees. 59 in Kinston. We've got 57 in Washington, New Bern, as well as Jacksonville. 58 in Goldsboro. 55 in Elizabeth City. Now, compared to where we were yesterday at this time, all of eastern North Carolina is reporting a temperature rise. We've seen temps come up by about 3 to 8 degrees, depending on your location. We knew today would be warmer thanks to the winds, but tomorrow the cloud cover building over the east is going to bring about some of the colder air. Now, today it's going to remain sunny at least for another few hours, but those clouds really start to thicken up as we head towards, give it dinner time tonight. By that point, we are going to be looking up and seeing nothing but gray overhead. 49 degrees by 8 turns to 46 by 11, but we're really not going to be cooling off too much more after that. 42 degrees by 7 a.m. We will be staying out of the 30s tonight. And of course tomorrow morning as well, but air temperatures tomorrow not going to be getting quite as warm as what we've got coming up next week. 51 degrees for your high tomorrow. That'll occur between around 1 to 2 p.m. Here's a look at exactly how it's all going to come together. Again, cloud cover remains thick over the east as we make our way through tonight into tomorrow morning. A few isolated spot showers will be possible, but the heavier rain again shows up over the tail end of your Saturday. After lunch, we are looking again at wet, soggy conditions. Now, I'd anticipate about half an inch to an inch of rain out of this system. Certainly not enough to create any sort of flooding threat, but it is going to, again, help put a dent in the abnormally dry to, I would say, slight, moderate drought conditions across eastern North Carolina. We're not seeing any severe drought. We're certainly not seeing any extreme drought, but we are again a little bit on the dry side of things. So this rain is certainly going to be doing us some favors. Now, after that low moves through, you're seeing it there over Oklahoma and Arkansas. That low is going to make a clear pass over the east. So we're not going to be dealing with any sort of lingering shower activity. We're going to be dealing with a high pressure system that will clear the skies out, give us plenty of sunshine as we head to the tail end of the weekend and into the start of next week. But as that high moves off the coast, it's going to encourage more of a southwesterly wind flow, and that's going to boost air temperatures right on back up into not just the 60s, but we're looking at the upper 60s, possibly low 70s by the time we reach next Friday. 60 degrees by Tuesday, 68 on Wednesday, 69 on Thursday, with 73 degrees showing up by next Friday. Now, of course, we've got to get through this chilly weekend ahead of us. 49 degrees tomorrow, 48 on Sunday. But again, we will see plentiful sunshine over Sunday. Saturday, I certainly can't make that claim. We're looking at rain showers on Saturday. If you've been looking for a day to maybe go out to the movies, I think Saturday is going to be a pretty good one. Well, that's all we have time for today's noon news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic rest of your Friday.